Yeah. Yeah.
All right, folks, we are back. Let me, let's get into it here. We're going to look a little more familiar here for a lot of our regulars here. We're back on our Dynamite screen and once again, as always. For those that are new here and, whoa. While we're on our break, Captain freaking N, ya son of a gun, donates another $100. We are now officially going to be giving away 2 $25 gift cards to the system of your choice. That'll be taken care of December 1st once everybody gets a chance to put in their bids and put in their donations and whatnot. Anybody that's donated more than $20 will be entered into that draw. And yeah, thank you. Goddamn. $561. We're on our way to 1,000. You guys really want to see me dance? I almost thought that would scare some people away, not make it better for them, but wow. Thank you. Muchly appreciated. What I'm going to do right now, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I am going to throw some ads right now. So you guys are here for the Sidecast as much as possible tonight with the show coming up here in just about 2 minutes. So I'll run the ads. It's an unnecessary evil, but if I do it now, that means people get to see the star of the show together, right? But yeah, we're up to $560 freaking dollars from you guys. Like, it's pretty damn amazing, you guys. And I'll have to say something. When it comes to Dynamite tonight, I know we're getting Bandito and Ethan Page. We're getting Anthony Bowen, Shane Strickland. We're getting another rehash of Blackpool Combat Club versus Jericho and Guevara. Getting ready for Saturday. We're getting the Bunny returning to action against Toni Storm. And then we got a lot of promos set up here. So, hot damn, this has been... I will have to say, this is a very... You know what? Even if we don't raise another dime for Jack.org before we finish, I'm consider this a major success. Like, we made more than last year. Last year we made about $460. What in the hell is that lateral BS? Oh my. Sorry, just watching what NFL Films just had on TV here because they're going into it. So, for those that have just popped in and they're not familiar with, I got to change category, my bad. As we're getting into, and I will sync up here for you guys. Just so you guys can sync up exactly where I am in terms of the show tonight. And Pyro, right there. So, we got a pay-per-view coming up this Saturday. We will be here for... actually, I'm going to change the stream title right now for a lot of our regulars who aren't in here. Oh, we got, that's the one I forgot. Death Triangle versus Top Flight and AR Fox. That's going to be absolutely bombing, to say the least. There we go. So what do we got off the top here? Like, oh, it looks like we're getting that tag match right off the bat here. So let me get this up. And I will, once again, now that I know I can stop these early, there's our prediction. It's up on the board, folks. Sports entertain us. Absolutely, Merc. Daddy Magic, you know, those guys deserved a lot better than what they got in WWE, and I think that is a very common thing for what we were dealing with here in the WWE. So, oh, I forgot I'm getting rid of the scoreboard here. Yeah, I think there's something wrong with the scoreboard, so I'm just going to ditch it tonight. And actually, I got something better to put up there. Yeah, I like to put that there instead here tonight. Just special cause tonight, so good to see you tonight, Jagger, by the way. We haven't been using the ticker all day, so no Tay. I forget what's going on with Tay Conti tonight. Or maybe she's just coming out. Oh, I like that jersey. See, if they could make that jersey for us for sale, I would actually be considering that, considering the World Cup's coming up. For those that are just popping in, welcome. For our regulars who weren't here throughout the day, just so you know, I'm in the middle of a 12-hour stream. Is that the new Blackpool Combat Club soccer kit merch? I sure as hell hope so. If I could get that on those jerseys for my team. And of course, somebody in the crowd's got Jackass Squad there, right? It would definitely work out for me for the FIFA, right? We are being part of a 12-hour stream supporting jack.org, so please feel free, if you're able, to donate to the cause. It's really appreciated. But this is a preview of what we're going to see on Saturday, and yes, I will be here on Saturday doing a sidecast since the facility we were using for our show, the Beercade in Edmonton, they can't really host pay-per-views on a Saturday night just because well, frankly, if you had to give up money at your bar to show a pay-per-view because you're not going to fill it as much as you would with just drunken kids and music, I'd give it up too. It's like, Castiglione, hurry up, you're behind. So you wonder, where are these guys going to get their collision here when it comes to this four-way coming up? Because you know that both members of the BCC and, for that matter, the JAS are going to have some kind of tussle here somewhere in here. But just a reminder, the points are available for you guys in the predictions. You can bet all your channel points towards who the winner is of these matchups. And you can use those for voice alerts and other interesting things. So, oh, so now, so the bunny must have cleared. So it's going to be Anna. All right. Well, you know what? It's still a pretty good pick. Neither one are going to win anyway. New music video for the Acclaim. That's going to be, well, something's going to go viral tonight. Hey, Zodiac, how you doing here tonight, my friend? Right now, we are on hour 8 of 12. And honestly, I could say right now, maybe next time I might actually even go 16. I don't know if I'll say that after the 12 hours is done, but if I could break it up with wrestling like this for the other... Oh, God, look at Claudio. Drops to a knee, comes back up. 12 and a half at least. How you doing today, Captain N? I know you were in and out all day here, but... Oh, Jesus. That's a super bad splash if I ever seen one on both guys. No, you know Guevara's going to be in this match, just like... do it January 4th, Wrestle Kingdom watch along at 3 a.m. I ain't that cheap, so... Been lurking the whole time. Well, I do appreciate it there, Captain N. It's been... And I appreciate that $100 you threw in. I'm like, what the hell, man? You already put in 3, but that's, you know... No, Aubrey didn't see the tag, so I don't know what... Technically, she didn't see the tag there, so I don't know why she allowed it. Started to do calculation on how much I want to see you dance. Captain N, I will say this, and I will say this with all decency. We have to the end of the month, so you don't have to donate the rest tonight. Got to get ready for golf. All right, you have yourself a good time at golf. If you make it back, great. If not, we will we'll catch you on the flip side sometime. Yeah, and Captain N is a baller. Yeah, I know. But yeah, once again, we are doing the marathon today to bring awareness to the campaign. But it will run through November 30th personally. Like, I'll be... Hey, if it's indoor golfing, snow is great. Sammy has so much natural heat. I'd love to see him cut back on the high flying and dig into a good heel worker. Yeah, like... More like Captain W. Ah, yeah. Ugh. I would think more of Captain Edge charity there would be more towards the... Oh, God. This is horrible. Tin Smasher, thank you for checking that out. Good to see you here tonight, by the way, my friend. Everybody out here checking things out once again. So, and I put D because if you hit exclamation point donate, it takes you to my personal donations, like the tip button on the stream. And I don't want that to be the focus tonight. Don't get me wrong, if you want a sub, I do appreciate not this kind of sub, but like the other one. But that's not what it's about here tonight, so. It's all about young adults. It's all about youth. It's all about help. It's all about trying to help each other. Oh, and there's the bat, so this should be over real quick. Forgive me, I normally don't eat during the show, but like I said, today is a special day, so this is my lunch break. $5 footlongs? No, this is like a $6.49 Superstore decent tasting sub. I just found Subway would probably be too messy to go around. This is actually a turkey Havarti on a brioche. Yeah, technically it's called, let's see here, Gourmet Turkey Havarti Sandwich. Hey Astrid, how you doing here tonight? Good to see you here. Good to see everybody here. Like, I know we tailed off a little bit during the wrestling. I've heard that one thing I've seen, and I even saw it on the Member of the Game Twitch stream here last week, or on the weekend here. Wrestling games seem to cut back on the number of viewers unless, you know, it's No Mercy or unless it's the absolute big four. And even then, it's iffy at best. I'm doing good. Like, we are 8 hours in. We've raised $560 so far for the Jack.org organization. It's been a lot of fun, a great time. And we're watching, I don't know what Jericho was doing there. That almost looked like a video game glitch how he was doing. How are you doing today? I know that you had a busy, I think you said you had a day at work today. And we were actually sitting around with Kayla J playing some soccer. Seems like I got a little better in my soccer team, so. We were talking about the podcast you guys got coming up on Friday here, talking about the evolution of women's wrestling and whatnot. So if you want to put a link to it in the chat, feel free. Fortunately, I don't have that link available. I should have an entire page on my Stream Deck just for links. But I do know next Tuesday it will be up on the Backbreaker video channel. So if any of you are interested in wrestling podcasts and wrestling matches from up here, feel free to click that link and give us a good old subscribe there. It doesn't cost you a dime. Kayla was a great guest to discuss the Four Horsewomen. Yeah, like, she is she is a great person to talk about that. So may fall asleep before Dynamite ends. Definitely getting sick. Had COVID in June, so I hope so too. I hope it isn't as COVID as well. I know that there's 3 different bugs going out right now. There's COVID, of course. That ain't going away anytime soon. There's also a version of monkeypox, as well as just the winter flu bug that's been going around that usually happens during a change of seasons. I've always wondered about that flying elbow. It's such an interesting move, to say the least. And just a reminder, we are RSV2, yeah. My brother just got taken the... Oh, damn. Hope he's okay. I know there isn't much you could do based on where you are right now, but I just hope he pulls out okay. Like, we've all had somebody affected by some kind of disease here over the last while. Claudio just going to town. Hope he just needs some oxygen. Prayers for Pole Daddy, yeah. Sometimes that's all you need is just get some extra oxygen put in. Like, I know for myself, like, would have been just over a year ago. I ended up getting admitted to hospital for, I think it was about a day. Because I had some anemia that I didn't know and didn't take care of. I just thought I was tired all the time. So a couple transfusions later and getting me to eat some more beef. Stack of both. Ah. Nice reversal for Jericho. They're all... And Guevara goes out with the top rope. Nice. There is no way Claudio's tapping out to that. They won't let anybody tap out at this point. It's like, cameraman, get the hell out of the way there. Thank God Jericho let go at the exact right moment there. Because could you imagine if Jericho held on and then he went backwards? Do you imagine the snap on Claudio's legs? Wow. You know, you normally would think at this point they would have a hot tag, but no, they're just... This is sort of like a lukewarm, we've already been here kind of tag, so... Here they come, the yes kicks. I always thought the Lion Tamer was more traditional crab than the Walls was when he leaned into it. No, the Lion Tamer is when it's like a half crab in a kind of ways where you do get him with the double arms, but then you just take him, you take one of your knees and put it behind the guy's back of his neck. GTA block, into the label lock, quick. This should be a quick tap. And, of course, not ready for TV because they're put on the wrong side. Now, oh, there you go. Now he's fixing himself up. It's one cheat you always had in WWE. If somebody wasn't facing the camera when they were putting a submission, you knew they weren't going to be losing. More biting again, as always. Jesus! And, of course, here comes Jericho. He just wants to dive on the pin. No! He actually got the line salt and he didn't screw it up. And Claudio using his best Rick Steiner impression there to get the cover broken. Or Junkyard. Oh, my God. That was actually a pretty good shot there, but now Jericho doesn't have a partner in the corners, so thought he was going to walk over there looking for one. And they both hit each other with flying forearms there. Well, they're going for a 20-minute opener, so I do know they only had 5 matches scheduled for tonight, so Aubrey. How far does that bat go? Throw the bat! Let the bat go! I love Ribicotti. After he got attacked twice in a row, he's just over like Flynn with this. And now Jericho's got to tap out. Well, that's a pose. That's a pose. And the tap out. This almost makes you wonder, are they going to give it back to Claudio by the end of this? So I'll ask you guys right now, like we're not going to do a formal poll right now. We'll do that on Saturday. But who do you have for that ROH championship? We got Jericho, we got Castagnoli, we got Danielson, and we got Guevara. Like, I think people are saying it's pretty much straightforward that it's going to be Jericho winning that, but I don't know if we're for sure going to see that. Personally, I feel that Castagnoli very well could be the guy that goes into Death Before Dishonor with that championship. I could totally see why they want to use Jericho for it. Like, hell, Jericho is that kind of person that gets that recognition to get your TV deals. Straight up and simple. Like, Jericho didn't lie when he said that he was one of the main reasons why New Japan got as popular as it did in North America when he took that match with Kenny Omega in the Tokyo Dome for Wrestle Kingdom. Like, the numbers don't lie. It could set up Danielson versus Garcia for the ROH Championship. I think a lot of us have predicted that Garcia was going to be the one to take it off Jericho, but it seems like Garcia's just up and disappeared at this point for this. So that's the real confusing point we got right now when it comes to this. So let's all right, they got their DraftKings commercial. We got our regular commercial going on here right now, so I always put that on mute so we don't... I'm sure from the last game we played, we are going to get flagged anyway for stuff, so it really doesn't bother me a whole lot. But now we got a second to breathe here. We're going to get Bowens and Swerve Strickland coming up here in about 5 minutes. I just want to take a split second here. Well, more than a split second, a few seconds here. Just to say thank you guys for hanging out with me here all day here. Numbers have been pretty high though throughout the whole thing, and I'm very proud of all of you for what you've done to step up and help out here. Still say Jericho retains though. Danielson takes out Sammy. Jericho uses Floyd on Danielson, then pins Sammy for the win. I could see that. When it comes to that ROH title match, I do see Jericho getting the victory out of this, and I do believe Sammy's going to be the whipping boy for it. And I think that's the only way that they could keep that faction together is if they did it that way, because they were so close to turning Guevara faced before he came back with Jericho. Could be a Sea of Thieves moment, so. Sea of Thieves as in each person ends up cracking the other one when it comes to whenever they can get over, right? So. Oh.
One more for the good guys.
Game Time Podcast. Great to see you here tonight. Thank you for the follow, my friend. I hope that you're enjoying the wrestling. A little bit of gaming. If you come here from the Remember the Game feed, thank you. That was an absolute blast. If you guys haven't seen it yet, rememberthegamepodcast.com. You can find all the social links to the podcast, whether you enjoy them on YouTube's or any of your audio devices. Whoa.
One more for the good guys.
Everybody's piling in here. Chad Unstoppable. We got to give it to AEW for picking up I'm just going to delete that message, Chad, with all due respect. Yeah, I appreciate you popping in here. This is where we actually sit on the we watch the AEW Dynamite watch the AEW Dynamite show on the side here as we get a little Darby Allin promo. It makes me wonder what they're actually going to try and do here with Darby, right? Because they got all these film noir things going on here. No, Chad, you know what? I get it. AEW is using a few cast-offs from WWE. Just the way you wrote. It's the reason I deleted it. That's all. Well, that's as much as we've seen Sting in a while here, so. Why is he always going after the cameraman? That's what I'm wondering here. All right, let me throw this up here for our next prediction as we're going along. As you get to listen to this great promo. Just because I got the music video coming, I'm going to put 15 on here. I can cut it off early if we need to here, so. I think Darby needs a new gimmick, not a complete change, just like, yeah, like Darby gonna die. That's all we're getting here every time we deal with Darby Allin. We got a Captain Insano sighting. What the? At least they're portrayed. Oh, hey, WCW's back. They were never Captain Insano. He was never Captain Insano in WCW, but I love the idea. Sting and Darby Allin. Sting, you are Darby. Oh. Is that fake Keith Lee and fake Swerve? Absolutely it is. Okay. What am I seeing here? Seriously. Well, the crowd loved it. It was weird. It was different. I don't mind it. Don't get me wrong. But I guarantee you, Keith is not very happy of that. Makes you almost wonder if, he's going to have... So is Keith actually going to come out here? Or is Swerve on his own? Well, it looks like we might not even have this match at this point. Keith Lee right now. Hey, Mia, what's Hunter saying? I don't know. I'll be honest. That is a question that we have. Okay, this makes sense. Now, this is how we get it to the one-on-one. Because because Keith Lee very well could get into a very good feud right now after we're done here, right? So... Sorry, just checking the messages a little bit as we're going along here too. But one thing I do have to say here, like, look, once we get back focused on this match here, this match I hope gives us a little bit more of a indication here of how good Anthony Bowens really is as a wrestler. Because Bowens, while Bowens was out for quite a while because of an injury, but at the same time, when he came before he was gone, and now that he's back, he is one of those really sustainable singles wrestlers. Like, you can find many ways on how good he is, like in the similar way that we learned a lot about Dax Harwood in the time when Cash Wheeler was out. I think Bowens is better than Caster as a singles wrestler. I'm not going to doubt you on that. And Jagger, you're talking about Keith Lee versus Miro. Yeah, that definitely could be a match we could get here. Do I think that Keith Lee is going to leave AEW? I think he's got too much time on his contract unless he intentionally got his contract for a year. The majority of the contracts in AEW, I do believe from what I've heard, are 3 years, so. And of course, there's always that one annoying fan that is in the way. And I'm pretty sure that Swerve tried to hit Bowens into that guy. Which to me would have been completely hilarious if they actually did that, so. But that is really tight quarters, the way that they sent him over the guardrail like that. That's quite often you'll see that move. They'll put him on top of the barricade and then clothesline him over. It's usually a little bit safer, but that was a pretty tough spot out there, so. Forgive me, folks, for those that are just popping in. I am in the middle of a 12-hour stream, so this is pretty much my my supper period as we're going along. So I'm just chowing down on a sandwich while we're going along here tonight. Like, I would assume, based on everything that goes on here, that we would have Swerve and Our Glory end up winning the tag title match at Full Gear, just to finish off that feud and finally get the FTR versus the Acclaim set up. Maybe at Winter is Coming. Because if you ask me, the ultimate thing I would set up personally would be the Acclaim versus FTR at Winter is Coming. FTR wins the championships, moves on to Wrestle Kingdom, and FTR represents AEW with the tag team titles being on the line there, the IWGP ones, in New Japan for Wrestle Kingdom. And that would make a lot of sense for me because, well, unfortunately, Bryan Danielson's not going to be able to make Wrestle Kingdom. I just can't see Tony Khan allowing their favorite star out of Seattle or the Washington area go over to Japan while they're in Seattle that day. Like January 4th, AEW is in Seattle, so it royally sucks in many ways, but oh, I love that AEW Fight Forever game. From what a lot of the reports in the, well, we could still pre-order. I'm going to wait and see until they actually give us a date to when it's available, but I'm definitely going to pre-order it before we go here. And we're definitely going to have that on this channel here for a little while. It's going to be nice to have a better feeling controller than the one I had in my hand here with that. I couldn't believe the feeling of that controller on the Wii there. Bowen's doing a hell of a job here. What console? I'll probably pick it up on the Xbox S. Or Xbox X, sorry. The only other, like, it's going to have to be one of the big two. It's either going to be the Xbox or the PlayStation, right? Because my other, like, there's a couple things I hope to have here in the next year in terms of equipment goals. 3 things, actually. PS5, a bigger PC, or at least a stronger PC to stream with and to game with. And the other one's a new fighting stick. The new fighting stick I'm probably going to look at picking up on Black Friday if I can, if it's on sale. PlayStations, I was looking at PS4, but I might as well just wait and get a PS5 here. Nice high angle suplex there. Is there a release date for Fight Forever? Is Punk still on the... All right, well, here's the story if you haven't heard it. There was a rumor from Fightful, which usually is pretty reliable when it comes to the wrestling business, but when it comes to video games, maybe not so much. There was originally a report where, and you guys heard this on Remember the Game. I'm the guy that actually sent the thing to Adam about mentioning it on the show. There was a rumor going around that it was going to be on Game Pass to start off. Somebody big said it. Now, AEW Games Twitter account literally came out and said, no, that's not true. You're going to be paying full price, but you're going to hear more details about the game during Full Gear. Which actually makes a lot of sense for me. Nice kick. Swerve is just so athletic. Jeez. So I got a feeling they're gonna. I got a feeling they're gonna mention a release date on Saturday, because that actually works out rather perfect. Because they can mention it there, they can get a commercial on the Game Awards, and I got a feeling it's. Ow! That's a penta type separation there. Swerve stomping. Still down to join me for a review. Oh, to review the game when it comes out? Well, I'll definitely need to make sure I get some time on the game before we go crazy on my absolute... Whoa! Whoa, that'll do it. Yeah, absolutely. If you want, Oh, great job on the... Yeah. I would say... If I had to rank myself on how I did on Remember the Game today, I give it a solid 8. Maybe a 7 to an 8. There are a couple facts I sort of screwed up in there. It wasn't Liu Kang that held out for money and then walked. It was actually Christopher Lambert who did that. So little things like that. I did mix up some of my facts, but I was really excited about how things went. But yeah, Chris, once that game comes out, give me a couple weeks to go over it, and at least a couple days, not a couple weeks. Then definitely we could get together and we'll hook things up, and we'll get things going here. So I do like this little. Did you win any Mario Kart races the other way? No, I threw a couple blue shells. That's all. I'll be honest. I'm not the best at Mario Kart, mainly because I don't have enough races in to get the decent vehicles. So I think my highest I got was 6th. That yellow tie is definitely a statement by Tony there. Uh-oh, Samoa Joe coming out. This could... I wonder if this is a full-blown turn from Joe. Because Joe is just so damn popular. Because it was funny because Wardlow turned around and said that he was going for all the gold, and then Joe was like, well, I have gold. You coming after me? Whack. So, as far as I'm concerned, he is completely justified in what he did. Should have done it to his face instead of his back, but at the same time, see? Wow. Well, that's where he's trying to do the heel turn, but I had him until right at that point. And Joe's like, I got this. You get the hell out of here. Okay, Hobbs. Joe's just too good of a heel. It's 2022. Everybody just going to start cheering regardless. Now here comes Wardlow. Somebody's coming through the crowd. I love how half the crowd is staring in behind, the other half is staring in front. You want to talk about a hoss fight? This is where you get a hoss fight in here. The only guy missing is Brian Cage, right? Okay, Dark Order, why are you trying to get in Wardlow's way here? Need more tire. You shut your dirty mouth, Crowder. Like, you did. Sorry, not many people earn this on my channel, but that's gonna.
You idiot.
Don't even mention that guy's name. The NWA champion. Which, yeah. Ugh. Slapping meat time. Dark Order is very smart. Well, I guess, you know, if there's that many bodies down there, you might as well go for the dive. You're not going to... In the dark rooms, yeah, no, we're good. We're out of here. Looks like we're probably going to end up with a three-way at the pay-per-view. And then the person who doesn't get pinned in that is going to be taking on Joe for the TV championship. Just mark my words on that one right now. So are we getting the trios right now? Yeah. All right, I can live with that. It's good to see Darius Martin back up and running again, you know. He has been one of the most unluckiest wrestlers in AEW in his time here. Like, 2-year-long injuries to his knees, and the company's, 4 years old? But the fact that Darius is back in it here, it's gonna make Dante and Darius so much more valuable. And the fact they got a guy like AR Fox to work with them, like, you know who's gonna win. That's no matter what here. But I got a feeling we might have another. We might have another promo that goes off, like one of those video promos that we've been seeing the last few weeks. I think we might see that coming up right at the end of this matchup here, but let me throw up the prediction while we're here. And this is flown by. We got... we're almost an hour in here, which means we're 9 hours into this 12-hour stream here, so... And this prediction, well, I'll just put some time on it. I'll end it when it catches up. I think I'm ahead of all you guys when it comes to it, so feel free. Dante Martin better than Sammy and Darby. Right now, my personal opinion in terms of if I had to rank those three right now, I would still put Sammy on top of Darius, and Darby, well, like we were talking about earlier, unless Darby gets some kind of different character or different personality, besides somebody who just likes to die and make cool videos, it's not going to be worth it right now. And I love how you guys just, pile on the death triangle, because, yeah, this is almost one of those that we shouldn't really put up for points, but it's really tough. Like, and yes, Darby has been typecast as Sting's goth little buddy right now. This is... Where's the hook? Come on, Britt. Where's the hook? That's what I'm thinking, Jaeger. Okay. With all due respect, that was like this whole feud between Saraya and Britt. There hasn't been an opportunity to provide a real heel in this matchup here, because I know Britt's supposed to be the heel, but every point that she makes just justifies it so much more. Like, see, and here's another thing. This is funny. And this is where we ran into this problem with Jon Moxley and Penta. And we're running into the same problem down in the predictions here. Feel free to enter yours in too while you're at it. But why not make this an eliminator match? Because, well, let's face it. I'm pretty sure we are all confident about who's going to win this matchup here. Mainly because we were talking about who's going to... Like, we're basically sitting here trying to figure out who's going to face them at the pay-per-view. Why not make this an eliminator match so there is a possibility that we could get rid of that? Do we see another vignette here? That's what I was mentioning earlier, Jaeger. I'm thinking right at the end of this match, we're going to get a promo and say the Elite versus Death Triangle coming up at the pay-per-view for their return on Saturday. Just all of the stars are lining up in order for it. And kudos to the people that took Top Fox flight here. You know, chasing that money. We can see who the real gamblers are here. Oh, Alex got the hype man shirt. You know, that's pretty damn awesome if you ask me. See, Knox needs to know how to hold these trios titles. You got to hold one down on this hand, one down on this hand, and have the second one connected between your hands so it forms sort of a roof over your hand. I love how Excalibur can't even get footprint out. Do they get points if they win by DQ? With all due respect, yes. For the mere fact that AEW does the DQ so rarely that we have to do it. Or wait, this is a championship match, so I guess we got to think of it that way. Have we ever had a championship match end in a DQ? Why is it every time we see Phoenix and anyone about, like, what just happened there? I honestly feel Rey Fenix is the MVP of this roster in many ways. Most underrated. Never puts on a bad match. And Braun Strowman's favorite wrestler. I got a feeling Phoenix has to be. Because he doesn't do promos, he doesn't talk a lot, but he just flip, fly. Okay, Dante, I see you. That was a little rough getting into that DDT. So what is that, spray paint on the back of Penta's... Oh, AR Fox getting his debut here. If you haven't seen AR Fox, he is, well, just like Taz said, 15-year veteran. He's the one that's come out of the, like, base of the WWN setup there with Evolve and all their partner promotions and that. That's where he primarily came out of here, so... And of course, Pac does a lot of work, but from what I've heard from before, he does have a lot of politics involved in him. So nice enziguri there by Fox there. So I gotta ask you guys in the chat. Oh, nice. Out of nowhere there. I got to ask you guys, what is your opinion of the pay-per-view coming up on Saturday? Is it, okay. Off the ring post, I see you there. What's your anticipation level for the pay-per-view? Are you looking forward to it? Are you lukewarm about it? Are you mixed in the middle here somewhere about it? Okay, this is... All right. Super launcher cutter, I believe is what they want to call that. Rick, you're not going to get the count to 10, so why even bother? Not super hyped for the pay-per-view, but they're still recovering from fall previous one. That's going to take time. They got to have a very solid card. Like, that's the big thing about this card. They are going to have a solid show. Well, let's just get all three into this. That's great. All right, we're heading to picture-in-picture once again here. Like, I'm looking at the card for the pay-per-view, and it's not bad. Like, it's pretty decent overall. I think they can't get the belt on MJF soon enough. You know what's funny? What would happen if he didn't win? That he tried to play the innocent way of doing it and he didn't win. Then he's got to fight himself all the way back up. Or what if? Here's another what if. What if he pulled out the diamond ring and it wasn't enough to beat Moxley? And then he realizes he has to get back into training and have to try to build himself back up. Like, honestly, it'd be horrible for Mox because he's got to be back on this semi-full-time schedule still. I'm mixed. I'm really excited about Mox versus MJF, but MJF hasn't been around much recently, so it kind of stalled. Well, he's here tonight for, there's going to be a statement from him tonight, so hopefully he can finally finish selling off this pay-per-view. And the other good thing about storytelling here is the fact that when it comes to the storytelling of MJF here, he literally explained why he hasn't been around Dynamite. And that's the fact that Doctor said he wasn't at 100%. And Jade versus Nyla is interesting. Could be Jade's first loss. I don't think so, to be perfectly honest. I don't think that... I don't think for a streak that Jade has, they're going to put it on somebody like Nyla Rose to break it. But it would be cool if they did. Like, whoever's going to get that rub has got to be a big push there. You know what? I'm going to wait till the end of the show, but I'm going to let you guys know. Here's a teaser. My ultimate situation here for... I do have one selling point that I think is going to absolutely smash everything apart when it comes to... in terms of not in just the wrestling business, but... just shock a lot of people that something that I don't think a lot of people expect to happen is going to happen here in the next 4 days. But yeah, we'll talk about it after the show here because I like teasers. Like, I'm looking forward to the tag title match, depending on what happens here with Bowens. But I'm also looking forward, well, I'm assuming there's going to be a trios match. I'm assuming there's going to be a triple threat match for the ROH or for the TNT Championship. All right, this looks weird. What are you doing? Okay, Dante. Okay. That looked a little chunky if you ask me, but there was a couple moves with a couple impacts there, so pretty decent impacts if you ask me. Not TNA impact style, but pretty decent impacts. Oh, and look, Dante using that top rope dive. So why are you trying to bring both of them back? Oh, never mind. Fox to the inside out. How about Hayter wins the interim title, beats Thunder Rosa when she comes back, then beats Jade to break the streak and be a double champ? You know what? I honestly think it's time for Hayter to win that championship. And this is where you could start the... you could start setting up the situation with Britt and Hayter. $450. Oh my God. Nice save there. I'm just surprised they're giving him this much time here right now. So it looks like we're going to get Bandito and Ethan Page as our main event. Oh, and this is how Fox takes the pin. Air Fox. Oh no, this is, yeah. God, you got to be so careful on that Black Arrow. All right, let me get those points back up here for you guys. I like that sign in the crowd. I want to get beat up by Jaime Hayter. Yeah, my personal opinion, like, it would suck for Toni Storm to have such a short title reign. But at the same time, you got Jaime Hayter. Just listen to your crowd. Here comes the promo. I like this. Yeah, you know the elite chants are coming. There you go. That's how you book it. Oh, here we go. Here's the video. Yep. There it is. We got the graphic. We got it official. Hot damn. My anticipation for this pay-per-view, well, now that it's official, has gone up about 4 or 5 tiers. I think we've all been waiting for that matchup. And yeah, I'll tell you this right now, Zodiac. I honestly believe that Death Triangle very well could keep that championship. Kenny's had 2 more months to heal and get in shape. That's why. All right, let me get this prediction up here. So here's the dumb question for you guys. I'll just, whatever, I'll cancel it when the match is done here, but Yeah, Kenny's had 2 more months to get in shape, and that backstage stuff, probably the best thing that could have happened to Kenny, because you knew he wasn't 100% when he came back. But I got a question for you guys, and maybe you can help me out because maybe you're in the background compared to me. They got Brian Cage waiting for the winner of Archer and Starks. But this is supposed to happen on... Wow, sorry. But this is supposed to happen on Saturday, the finals of the tournament. Are they going to have Cage versus Starks on the pre-show, and then the winner gets to go on the pay-per-view? Like, I'm not 100% sure how this is going to work out, but... Or are we going to get 2 matches on Friday? Of course, nobody's bringing up the fact that, you know, they got to get this done in this amount of time, right? All right, well, they said he's going to face... When are you going to face him? That's probably going to have to be 2 matches on Friday, I'm guessing. Like, I think most people, the consensus here, it's going to be Ricky Starks and Ethan Page going up here in this Eliminator final. Do you think it's going to be... well, we got 5 people left. Chat, let me know. Who do you think is going to win this tournament altogether? Is it going to be Page? Is it going to be Starks? Because Starks is being put behind the 8 ball on this one, or... You think it's going to be Ethan Page, Zodiac? I gotcha. I think if you're a money man and you're trying to predict that way, I think that's probably the smartest money you can get. Oh, absolutely, he's due. I think Page was due the first time that he got in. So, but here's the other thing. You got Ricky Starks, who it seems like people want to put a rocket on him pretty well. They want to put a rocket on him as well to strap him up to the moon here. There could be a possibility it could be him. I know Brian Cage is mainly supposed to be in the ROH roster, and with being with the embassy. Scorpio Sky hurt? Yes, he actually he worked his last few matches before he lost the title to Wardlow. He actually worked him hurt. So he's been taking some time off to recover right now. Basically recover and in a way repackage as well, because, well, being with Dan Lambert sort of seems to ruin your career a fair bit as you go along here, so... Sorry, I just got to retweet one of Member of the Game's tweets here. He always puts out two on the first day when a podcast gets released, so... I got to admit, his kind of grind I am really jealous of, so... Page just, like I said, ever since Ethan Page has taken over his own career and worked on as a singles guy, I've always appreciated how much work he does put in, and I feel so bad for him for how he got buried in Impact on the way out. If you didn't see what happened to him on his way out of Impact, he did originally have what was called Karate Man. He had a separate gimmick for himself. It was mainly one of those online things. It wasn't anything that was supposed to be out there in the public and whatnot, and it was just supposed to be, all for the internet. Well, TNA made him Impact made him do a Karate Man versus Ethan Page cinema match to end his career. And apparently, I didn't see it. I didn't get the pay-per-view at that point, but from what I heard, it was absolute garbage. So, okay, so we got Tony and okay. So I'm assuming we're going to get MJF out for the final promo of the night to close out the show, which is something I don't think we've ever seen before on an AEW show. Because after they're done here, they're going to go to the women's eliminator match. Nice. Bandito is so flashy, I'm glad that AEW signed him. They just announced this week they signed him for real. That bottom rope cutter, that was pretty cool. But it's going to be nice going into this winter season here where after winter is coming, they're going to be able to focus on a lot of other talent. Oh, God, not again. Are they trying to do this twice in a row? I would think Bandito would be able to kick out of this, but nope. Yeah, there it is. Bandito's the guy that can reverse that rather easily. Yep. Wow. One hand. He had him up there by one hand. Seriously. Bandito frog splash? Man. If Ethan Page is good at something, it's definitely kicking out at the last second. Like, he's got Moxley levels of kicking out. Oh, here's the mistake. Oh. There goes his knee. Paige, why are you going... Like, I get it while you go... He's going to block the superplex and go... Oh, they're going for Spanish Fly, and he's going to... Wow. Body slam off the top. We don't see that too often. Hey, Darth, how you doing tonight? We're doing great. I see you've gone from red to blue. All right, that's going to be it there. 1, 2, 3,000. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure out what's gonna happen. Look, well, there you go, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. No time to watch Ethan Page celebrate. No time for his entrance. Just boom, let's move on to the next. That's pretty funny if you ask me, to be honest. It almost makes me feel like Ricky Starks is going to be the guy to win it, just for the fact that they don't have it set up the way that they needed to. They, like, all the production side, they don't have set up the way they need to right now. Ricky Starks is getting a little bit more camera time. Like, we're going to have to see how the match is set up here as we go along, but I guess Renee hasn't watched enough cage matches with her husband to know that you do realize that people are going to jump in over the cage, go through the door. We got CLB here that could cause a whole lot of problems as well, so. I just can't wait for this feud to end, and hopefully, Cage gets some time to go heal himself, because right now he doesn't really need to be there. Baker and Saraya, this match is still... It's weird how this is going. I want to see this rebuttal here. Well, I guess that's the only way you could do it if Saraya is going to still be a face. If you're gonna have Saraya as a face, that's all you can really say right now is, yeah, I agree with you, and I'm tired of talking about this. Let's go. Because that's the only way you're going to have this as a, well, Baker's supposed to be the heel, but I don't see that coming too often here, so. So this went from bad blood. Here's the thing, Jaeger. Has there really been bad blood? Has there really? Like, when they started, it wasn't about... Like, there wasn't any real hatred for each other. It was for domination of where they were, and they just dialed it back. Like, with all due respect, this match here doesn't need a lot. Just because as soon as Saraya gets out there, as soon as the bell rings, there's going to be one of those big pop reactions, and it's really going to be interesting to see how much Saraya can keep up with Britt in that point. Britt's been absolutely awesome bringing people through matches the way that she does. Like, as much as everybody likes to goof on her for being a heel and whatever, there is a reason why she was champion for as long as she was. She was pretty much able to bring everybody along in their matches. And this is the biggest thing I was talking about earlier when it comes to Tony Khan and his reasoning with the women's division here. Like, right now we have... Well, now the roster's starting to grow where you got about 7 or 8 female wrestlers where you can actually turn around and say, yes, I am confident putting you on TV with anybody, and you're going to produce a good match. The problem isn't with the top caliber wrestlers here. The problem is you got that second tier that gives you a roster that can give you that quality show. I understand everybody needs the opportunity to be a part of it, but at the same time, if you're not going to be able to produce, we're at a point right now in AEW where they need positivity. They can't really have a lot of faltering because they've had enough falters. They're starting to use up their good grace bucks real quick here, because then we're getting into points here where, like, some of the comments made earlier here about them being second choice and whatnot. Unless you're going to go in the ring and prove otherwise, then yeah, you're going to be bang on with the fact that this is going to be a second tier promotion. And Tony Khan does not want that. Oh. I heard this was going to be a big match on while this promo's going on here. Friday Rampage is going to be a lot of fun, it looks like. This one should be pretty straightforward, but you know, I'm going to throw it out there just in case anybody wants to go the other way with it. I'm surprised Ty's not out here on this one either. Like, this really sucks with the fact that this was supposed to be the Bunny's return match. But unfortunately, I guess I haven't been able to look because I've been on stream all day. I am assuming that she ended up not getting medically cleared to be a part of this, so... Oh, I love these guys fighting over each other instead of, you know... Pulled for illness, okay. Be interesting to see if they actually give a win to Anna Jay just so they can actually have that storyline going into... Because they got to get going towards Winter is Coming too, because it's only going to be, what, 3-4 weeks away? It's the 14th of this. Let me check my calendar here. I do believe it's the 14th of December. Yeah, the 14th of December is... I will say this. When Penelope and the Bunny took on Anna Jay and Ty Conti in that hardcore match on New Year's Eve, I think it was like 2 years ago, that proved a lot to me for Anna Jay. Like, what? She's only what? Oh. As soon as I say that, she pulls one of those. That's just a little bit off. Granted, she is one of the last. She is a last-minute fill-in, so. And I will say this is better than having Penelope Ford back in there again. It's good to get Anna Jay on the screen. I know Sky Blue was on last week. It's good to get somebody different in to remind everybody that there is a full roster here in AEW. But I do love the idea that it is an eliminator match. It's not a title match. Like I was mentioning earlier during the trios match. They should have put that as an eliminator match just so they would be able to play off the fact that the challengers might even have a chance to win. How am I holding up? Actually, I'm doing pretty good. The voice, I'll admit, the voice is a tiny bit strained a little bit right now. Not a lot, but in terms of attention, I've always been a space cadet, so being a space cadet right now is not a big deal for me. But, yeah, things are going good, and surely this doesn't end without Hayter showing up. Probably. Has AEW moved away from the whole rankings thing outside the tag division? I think the AEW rankings are somewhat similar to everything else that any wrestling promotion does. It's a convenient tool when they need it to be convenient. But I think for the most part, unless you're a real stats nerd, you really didn't care what you get for, like, what their rank is. You just want to see good matches. And I think the biggest problem was Tony Khan was having a problem justifying not having certain matches in there. It was not about who was worthy of title shots, because there was a lot more people worthy of title shots than just the number one contender. It's more justifying how you're going to get those title shots. So I haven't seen the rankings been used a whole lot lately. And if they silently went away from it, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. For the most part, I'm just thinking that I'm thinking that putting away the rankings could be a lot worse than a lot of other things. Bummed you missed the WCW NWO Revenge portion of the stream the other day. Well, first of all, you can always check out the VODs on Adam's channel. It is available up there right now, and I do believe he says he's cutting it up here. And then, second of all, I will say this. Revenge was probably a lot easier to play than it was All-Stars from earlier today. I like the ranking thing on paper, but it isn't practical if they try to keep them accurate to records and everything. Absolutely. It held up so well. I think I actually bought a copy of No Mercy off eBay just for Revenge for the week. Yeah, like, that's why I can't wait for Fight Forever, which should be, they should have an announcement at Full Gear as to a release date or a beta test or something when it comes to Fight Forever. Most video games you wait for, all right, we'll take the Gory Bomb on the outside. Normally you wait for the Game Awards for announcements like that, but Full Gear right before the Game Awards is actually a really smart spot to put that in. Because all the wrestling fans will see about it. Oh, hit it again. Toni almost looked like she was real legit knocked out there. Stoked for Fight Forever too. Comparing it to No Mercy is ballsy as hell, but if they stick the landing, it'll be awesome. You know, Adam, like, and I think everybody here knows, there's two key things that you need for a good wrestling game. It's the gameplay and the roster. A Tookus Thumper, I love that. And there's the quick tap out. So I'd assume that, like you said, Jamie's going to show up here sooner than later. So we got 20 minutes left here. Oh, yeah, here she is. What? Britt is just sitting there like... I just want to be here to tell you that I'm taking your championship. While Britt's coming in from behind. Oh, they're going for that shot. Okay. All right, that was weak. That was weak and rushed. That was weak. That was... I sort of get it. The fact we don't want to have another pull apart like we did with Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and... They needed a brawl there? I don't know, Zodiac. Like, after you had that one with Joe Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs, can you really have that? So they're going to have a countdown show. Well, normally we would too, but like I said, this year. AEW live in the city of Great Britain. Yep. It would have been better there. Yeah, absolutely. I think it would have been a better spot here, but the fact they already had one, I actually am thankful that they didn't have two, so it's not looking so similar. If Hayter loses, we riot. I think we're all in a consensus about that. It just makes a lot of sense to have that happen. Well, I'm looking over this card here, and actually, it is a pretty solid card, I feel. Like, we got from A to Z some pretty good matches here. Sting and Darby Allin, Jay Lethal and Jarrett, well, they're going for that nostalgia pop with the old fans. That's what I was calling for earlier tonight. We got that match confirmed for the TNT Championship. And yeah, if you missed it, Adam, they did announce that the Elite's taking on Death Triangle for the Trios Championship. So you help me out, guys, with this. Is this the first time that they are actually going to end AEW Dynamite with an actual promo segment? Sting and Jarrett, oof. Yeah. Oh. Jeff Jarrett and Ric Flair. Oof, oof. I think that's the best way to put that. Hobbs needs the TNT belt, move Wardlow on. Yeah. I would completely agree with that. Do we get a Ric Flair interference and Sting match? No. Tony Khan has said he does not want Ric Flair anywhere near his ring right now. And I don't blame him after that last performance he put on. Well, the last performance in America. And then they're getting my money on Saturday. It looks like a great card. Yeah, I've been watching with Shay tonight. She just went to bed so I could hop on here. Adam, I do appreciate you popping in here once again. It's always truly appreciated. And if you got some time on Saturday and you want a little break from matters, we are doing a live watch along this Saturday with the Full Gear show. I will be back in this seat, back in control, and we'll be chatting as we go through a 5-hour pay-per-view again. I will say 5 hours is a little much, but you know what? That means I'll be streaming probably, well, I did 3 and 12 is 15, 20. Min for Mario Kart, are we in Discord chat? I'll be truly honest. I haven't even looked at how many spots are there yet, so 5 hours needs to be 6. Frosty, I had assumed that there are spots available. I guess I should grab my Switch and take a look here while we're going through the final segment here, but see, Adam's the smart one. He gets things organized ahead of time. I didn't know if anybody... I thought you guys were going to be playing Among Us, so I didn't even worry about it. But Discord chat, yes, we will. I was thinking about running it on my own, but I don't think any of you guys are in my Discord. So, yeah, we'll run it. If Adam doesn't mind, we will run it in... I'm typically OCD when it comes to the finer details on stuff, Adam, but yeah, when it gets things like this organized, I'll be perfectly honest. I expected maybe 3 people to show up here on average throughout the day. But yeah, we could throw a little chat in the Discord on the Remember the Game Discord here if you want. I was going to, like I said, I was going to throw it on mine, but I haven't seen many people add in. So, okay. So they got Moriarty going on there, so. Yeah, thanks, Adam. I appreciate that. I just, like I said, once we get things going here, like I really want to, if you guys are interested, let me just remind you guys, check out our Discord as well. If you're looking for new releases on videos from myself and my friends, in terms of wrestling, in terms of gaming, we do have a live server there with a lot of the release schedules, both on YouTube and on Twitch, as well as a lot of general chatting areas that, you know, we get a lot of food pics. No buy-in for Hook. Just wait. That's all I can say. We haven't heard anything about the buy-in whatsoever. And there's a possibility that the buy-in could be no matches. It could be 4 matches. This is Tony Khan we're talking about here. For quite often, it's for Double or Nothing and for All In that they do the extra hour of wrestling in there on top of the 4-hour pay-per-view. When it comes to Evolution and Full Gear, they usually don't. But there is a possibility. Was going to go to work for a few hours, but my work server keeps crashing, so I think it's decided to play some video games. Yeah. So, Frosty, here's to everybody else in the chat. Here's the plan of action. We're going to wrap up Dynamite here. I do have a little bit of a prediction that I want to get out, but I want to save that for the end of the show here, so we can talk about a little bit more on Saturday. Then we're going to go into a 5-minute break. If you've been here all day, it's the same 5 minutes. We're going to show videos of what Jack.org is doing. And in that time, I'll get Mario Kart set up on my computer and in the Discord and all that great stuff, and we'll get everything set up here. And we go for the last 2 hours. Oh, hell, we might end up 3. Let's see what happens. And if you need my friend code Frosty, I I don't know if I have you or 100% sure. So it is in the Discords as well. So. Yes, you are sick in the head. Moxley is a crazy man. I will say this. Hey, Tom, how you doing here tonight, my friend? And Captain N, you're definitely there. You have your Switch all set up and ready to go. Yeah, we'll get things set up here after we're done Dynamite. I'm going to do a bit of a wrap up here, as we always do. I want to keep this show always the same. Stream's been going good. We're just watching AEW Dynamite right now. Jon Moxley's putting out a promo about the show on Saturday, which we will be a part of. I love this. I will agree, it was one of the worst cash-ins ever. Like, when you break down this whole story with MJF, like, it is actually really funny that this is worked out the way that it has. Like, if it wasn't for the pop that it was Stokely Hathaway in charge and all his goons, I don't think a lot of people would have been as interested about it. So, but yeah, the stream's been going great. We've gotten actually rather successful all the way around, and we've raised so far $560 for Jack.org here in the up to this point. We're going to the end of the month, so and here comes Stokely. And now here comes the Firm. And one of the guns fell over trying to get over to Regal. That's funny. And now MJF's getting the hero's welcome. Okay, so this is the moment of truth here right now. Like, nobody cares about the guns or Moriarty, so they're not really too worried about it, but... Well, Paige just looked like an idiot. And Paige just got to look like an idiot. This is now even more why I think Ricky Starks is going to win it. Okay, I see you. Ha! Did you guys realize there half that promo was pipe bomb? Yeah, this crowd is confused. I don't blame them. Okay. Okay. You see Regal just seething right now. Yep. Oh, God. Won't even let him finish his catchphrase. All right, Moxley, what do you got to counter that with? Ha! He called it Sunday when it was Saturday. That was funny. I appreciate Regal staying in between. Yeah. I know you're a little bit ahead of me there, Darthwick, but honestly can't decide if I think MJF stays anti-hero face or if Regal helps him win on Saturday and he goes back to being full-blown heel because he's good enough to go either way. Love him as a heel, but would be the moneymaker babyface too. Mike guess Jagger, that was MJF who got the spit on the mic. That's why it's got a spit guard on it. But yeah, we could realistically go either way. But yeah, like, did that promo sell you on the main event? Honestly, I think in many ways to a lot of people who might be on the fence, it didn't. Because Moxley just blew the one big spot. The fact that he forgot to mention what day it was. Because he got the day of the week of the promo wrong. Like, I get it. It's going to go through. But that just... I'm sorry, but... That's the best way to sum that up. They want to cheer for him, but heels are almost non-existent these days. Yeah, it's one of those middle things that could be all over the place when it comes to deciding here. Like, I'll be honest, that up until that very point, he got me sold. He brought me in. He made me want to see what they're going to do here. There is a possibility that William Regal gives him the brass knucks to beat Moxley. Gives MJF the knucks to beat Moxley and switches ends here, and the Blackpool Combat Club is up, and it's a whole different ball of wax after that. There is a possibility that Moxley wins, and he keeps going on and turning into Cena Light. There's a possibility that MJF wins clean, and it just becomes an absolute insane match. I think all three of those are very plausible at this point. But with that being said, there's a lot of matches involved here coming up on Saturday that are going to be all over the place. The shocking moment of the night, and this is what I was teasing earlier. I think collusion is afoot. I think it's a setup and the firm will help him win. I would agree, except for the kicking the balls. Once you start kicking people in the balls and the fact that Ethan Page is going on to the final of the tournament, the Eliminator Tournament coming up on Saturday, it very well could happen. But my prediction, I don't think either Ricky Starks wins it or the firm is just legitimately taken out of it. But you know what? If it ends up being the firm being a double ruse on this and everybody was wearing cups through that whole thing, it could be great. It could be the way to do it. It's more than fun. I'm going to wait till the ad's done here so before I give my big announcement, because a lot of people probably want to hear what my fancy prediction is going to be. Let me... So just a reminder, we do this every Wednesday here for AEW Dynamite. And we are going to be doing the bonus one coming up on Saturday for AEW Full Gear. Sorry, like I said, my brain gets a little scattered all over the place here. So once we're done here, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna go on a whole 5-minute break here. I got to unload, reload, get the switching gear. I probably got about 12 friend requests that are ready to go, so I will load those up, and then we will get into some Mario Karting here to finish off the last of the 12 hours. Hell, we might go a little overtime. We'll see here how things go. If by some miracle I might be on stream for I might be on stream tomorrow. I usually am, but well, let's face it, I've been on 12 hours today. That's a lot. Typically, I'm on Thursdays, Mondays, one day on the weekend, and, of course, Wednesday to top it off here, so 4 days a week. So.
One more for the good guys.
Tom, thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. Good to see you here once again. We're up to 366 followers. All right. We got the ads done. I wanted to make sure I wait till the ads done before we get this here. My prediction here tonight is in the match between Britt Baker and Saraya, you want to break the internet, you want to make an impact, you want to make a big announcement. And because of the history of everything involved here, at the end of that match, the match will actually end because of the introduction of the newly trademarked Mercedes money, aka Mercedes Verado, aka Sasha Banks. I'm going to throw that pitch out there right now. If Sasha shows up to help Saraya or to hurt Saraya, whichever way we go, I think it's going to be to help Saraya. And this is where you can flip Paige into the heel persona with Banks, and Baker can flip back to face once again. To me, that would be something that would get the internet buzzing rather quickly. The fact that Sasha decided to go to AEW, to me, that would be, that's my ultimate swing shot right there. So whether it happens or not, we'll see. But yeah, that's one of my big predictions. Well, once I get a little bit of time to think about everything and sort of stretch it out and figure it out and all that great stuff here as we move along, coming in hot with the pay-per-view on Saturday. To me, that would be, Darth Vader, you say that'd be a bit of a coup. To me, that would be one of the biggest coups they could have here in AEW. If you want to make that women's roster legit, Saraya being one, Mercedes being another, and then being legitimate, like Mercedes is legitimately left WWE because she didn't like the creative to come into AEW. To me, that would just blow the roof off the place. So You're just happy to see Captain Insano tonight. He actually talked about bringing out Captain Insano before, and I'm actually very happy that we saw it. So, oh, that music video was great. I wonder what condition of Bones' shoulder is going to be. They're definitely going to be playing that up as we move along here towards Saturday. The triple threat got set up for the TNT Championship. The trios match, we got the obvious going on, but I like how they set it up with Pac just saying, you know what, screw all these videos and whatnot. If you want the championships, come get them. Then instead of saying anything, they went to that video package and then brought it back. It's interesting. The fact that MJF used the early parts of the pipe bomb from CM Punk as part of his final speech tonight going into Full Gear was rather interesting, to say the least. And then, yeah, you're going to see Takeshita back on Rampage there. Fortunately, I don't get much of a chance to watch Rampage. I'm usually on call on Fridays at work, so. And ironically enough, Fridays is my first day back from work from holidays. But anyway, I don't want to think about holidays right now. I don't want to think about going back to work after holidays, so. Just a reminder, once again, I just want to throw this out one more time before we go to break. We are raising funds for jack.org to help out with mental health and trying to help our youth and young adults try to help themselves, which I find is very important here. So